Hey guys, what's up? Lord Meecher again here, your lord of video games, and welcome to another episode of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. In the last episode, we got dragged into this world again, and we have no idea what's going on. Some crazy tournament being organized by Teddy is going on, and we are so confused, but that's what we're here for. The investigation team is on the job. We have to find out what exactly is going on. So, we are continuing right where we left off. In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now, I immediately see a recognizable feature, her long ponytail. I found her.
Wait, it's too dangerous to go alone.
Take this! Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Color me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. Did she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it then.
Promise me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash. If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective custody.
Oh snap.
This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
I thought that I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger, but she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Hey, mind if I ask you something?
Sure, go ahead.
What is it?
There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues.
Tough, being forced to fight your friends, huh? Sorry. You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
No, you're right. If I could avoid it, I would. But I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight?
No.
Or you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe.
Who knows?
I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
She believed that answer? I studied Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpected gloomy look in her eyes.
What if you had to kill each other?
What? Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true. There's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
You're fine.
I wouldn't let it happen.
So, I looked up who it was, the one who voices you, because I'm like, why does it sound so familiar? Why does it sound familiar? Why does it sound so familiar? Of course, it's Ichigo. Pretty sure. Wait. Did I mistake it? Hold on. Use voice actor in Arena Ultimax. Yeah, Johnny Yambosh. Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Ichigo, Johnny Yambosh. I don't know why I didn't pick up. I'm like, it sounds so familiar. It sounds so familiar. I feel like I've heard him so many times. And yes, of course I have. Even if I was forced into a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President cast her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? Felt a sense of incongruity. Incongruity? Yeah. What could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thought she truly has? Suddenly, it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that. A slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while we walk down the hallway. Oh boy. There's the wall.
What are you doing?
Thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I hold my nose and wave away Miss President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then.
Yeah.
Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters. This world sure is out there.
Mm-hmm. Miss President walks right through the place I had bumped into. So that must be the case. As I imagine, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. No, lockers. The entrance of the school building is ahead of us. But perhaps, worst of all, is the wall I had just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I'll just have to find some other way out. No, there are walls there too. The same can be said from the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way we had come. It says I thought. Another invisible wall has formed where I had just passed and I can't go back. The walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. And if I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one thing.
Be careful. This probably means
A fight. The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. It means my third round of the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin. Bring out Chie.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
I'm gonna beat the bear stuffing out of you.
still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Sure you don't. I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. Looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed tactics.
Okay. So who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends?
Never.
Okay, with the next challenger, come on down.
Here we go. The journal doesn't pick up on my intention and loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out. And who would appear from the smoke? Well, the person I was expecting to see. 4 of us enter the TV together. Already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then...
That's what I thought. You're the last of us after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next too.
Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her. Words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko too. But as they say, third time's the charm. Let's see if Chie is in her right mind. I decided the best way to do that is to be calm and start a conversation with her.
Chie, you know what they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
Yeah, I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right? Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend.
There we go.
I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I had to kill him over and over, all because of you humans!
What? Now this is obvious. She is clearly not herself. It's so blatant, her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but she would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Alright, carnivore, was it? This president is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still, what Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. 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 I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
Oh boy, she's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of Yasogami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've cleared up all the confusion between us.
Let's do this, Chie.
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Rize's voice echoes through the area as if she was waiting for this.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage. Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time? Let's get this show on the road. Ready?
Let's go. Round 3. Place a bookmark? Nah. Not right now. Here we go. All right. Ow. Oh. Ah. Ah. Jeez, that hurts so much. Oh. Oh my god. Jesus, damage. Ah, I try to do. Oh well. She is so strong. Nah, no bookmarks right now. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. Okay, I really need to practice. I am not doing so hot. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. Considering this was my 3rd time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously win people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all.
Oh, is it not? General Teddy has seen that the fights ended without any injuries and spits his words through the monitor. Off he goes. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all the friends I came into the TV world with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe, and then we'll all be able to go home. I walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish. Oh no, that she was such a challenge. Are you alright?
I think so. Man, you're strong. I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
You almost beat me, but okay. Look who's talking. Never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet, and then I tell her everything that's happened up to this point.
So the others are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
She's so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchanging smiles like nothing was wrong, Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
How so?
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me.
Same
Wait
here.
a sec. Who are you?
Thank you, GA. Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduced Miss President and tell Chie she may be a victim of this case. But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours? That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
Oh,
What are you saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be? I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember. My name?
Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not that strange of a question, is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. She and I share a tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My... memories... No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Huh? Kill one another? I gasp when I hear the words fall out from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normal. I glance at Chie, then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Yes, that's a no. Chie! Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if she's trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her aside.
Chie!
Power. I barely manage to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, this sudden breakdown. What in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I have Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way.
Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping. For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Chie and I look up in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change direction and lands at full speed. Full run.
Wow. Who is that girl?
I don't know, but
Did I
jeez.
say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memory.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
I can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I heard Miss President's sad voice in my head. She apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
I'll wait here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
I will. Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. Ask Chie if she'll be alright on her own. She fires back. Let me worry about that. I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her, no matter what! Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. I attempted to strike the walls with my persona, but nothing happened.
So many invisible walls, one after another. This president can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
Yeah. The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know that's where Miss President is headed as well, but there's a shadow waiting for me there. I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rize should be in the announcement room, and if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first, I think that this is a dead end. I realize that I can cut through a classroom and come out the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room rather than letting me go straight. This probably means... I brace myself and put my hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind. Oh!
Senpai, can you hear me? Please answer me.
The real Rise!
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of Rise's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. This is indeed the Rise I know. My girlfriend!
Where are you now, Rise? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room.
Of course.
Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Rise!
What's wrong, Rise?
There's no answer. The communication has been cut off. Something happened in the announcement room? My heart begins racing. I need to go save my girlfriend! The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Rise as well. That is unforgivable! It's clear to me that they must have been worried about her using her persona's power to tell us the truth. But that's not what it's in... Bleh. But that's not important right now. She was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, and the enemy must think of Rise as being less valuable than those who had to fight. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now. I have to hurry.
Pardon me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
I guess? That sounds just like I guess. A hand brushes my shoulder in surprise. I jump away and draw my sword. No way! I can't believe that I let myself get so lost in thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I've let myself get so distracted. I've gotten you, bro. I am spazzing out right now. I am spazzing out. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. I guess! I look up and see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her, there's metal everywhere all over her body. For a moment I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior framework of her body where her joints connect.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You're,
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human. You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san. Correct?
God damn it. The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? It's, well, when Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke, but when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. Huh. This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from the subject. Clear my throat and try to start over.
Aigis-san, was it? Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
Oh?
The destruction of shadows.
She fights shadows? How can she do that if...
And does that mean...
Yes, I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another persona user outside of my group of friends. And a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with all this. From the way we're talking, she seems just like a normal person. Only in an interesting suit. True. I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans, but isn't something like this far beyond those? Still, I can't help but believe the evidence of my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Don't matter to say what's strange or not. Perhaps the technology behind her creation is supernatural roots of its own. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix, it's so similar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her? I have a clear picture of everything that's happening for sure. I calm myself, then ask her what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this world.
And what is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then. Oh. The monitor inside the classroom turns on, of course. It's at that moment that I suddenly remember. It's likely I'm going to have to fight here. I forgot about sensing that when I enter the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to score with her?
No, stop.
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next, don't you?
Yeah. The general on the monitor gives a twisted smile. Could Aika-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's being set against me. Aika-san seems to understand this as well, and is staring at the monitor with a quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yes?
I
Yeah.
have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
Right. Aika-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. A bitter thought comes to me. It's not being forced to fight my friends, but having to hurt someone that I don't know is just as bad. Another thought comes on the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. It gives me the right to stop her on her mission. Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, we should talk this over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
I guess you read me. Aika-san says this quickly, as if she's reading my mind. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking, but I realize that she's right. What good would it do for us to talk things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither of us is going anywhere. Doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better if we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Aika-san hasn't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. I silently ready my sword. Aika-san appears to smile slightly when I do. Right. I'm not going to give up what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. And I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I will use everything I can to protect them. To thank her for her consideration, I make it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the fight.
And here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
Oh, this is gonna be a tough fight, though. Yes, place a bookmark. We're gonna go here. Scene 11. And yes, that's the time I'm recording this. In the morning. Oh, here we go. Alright, let me... Oh. Oh, dang. Dang it. I am stuck in a corner. Jesus! I am. Oh my god. Oh, she guarded that. Oh, damn, I'm getting comboed. Damn! I got demolished. Rematch? Yes. Oh my god. I got destroyed. Okay. Let me see if me doing things the old way. I'm trying to see if I can like play this how I used to play Street Fighter and all that. Like at least grasping my controller. Ah. I'm guessing at the bottom is like I'm trying to do something. Ah. Ah. I need to learn how to fight. Place a bookmark, yeah. I really need to. I really need to know what I'm doing better.
Wowza! Now that's the sensei I know. That hunk of junk was no match for you.
Don't call Aigis a hunk of junk, you piece of shit.
Serves you right. Keep suffering. Friend against friend, beating the heck out of each other.
A machine with the power of a persona. She was made to fight shadows, but I had no idea what she was capable of. Strong. I feel like my mind's been drained even more than my body. It angers me to see the general is watching over us with an expression of joy, as we were some performers for his amusement. I look up and glare at the monitor.
I don't know why you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
Right. A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary.
Stupid! You're such a dumbass! What's with you?
Oh, well then. The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. It's a shadow. The general is having trouble remembering to act as someone else, and his face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense at copying the adorable stupidity of the real Teddy is gone now. I noticed that the voice spitting out these hateful words is not Teddy's either.
Respect? Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me!
It's like the student council's voice, right?
I was forced to fight against my will. I destroyed them with my own hands. You should all have to go through the hell I suffered. See how it feels to destroy everyone you call a friend.
Oh boy.
If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made the rules so you had to kill your opponent to move on.
Whoa. The general on the monitor continues to rage.
What are you talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel all the dots have been connected. When its president had asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other. That ominous muttering of killing one another. Were these both something that had come directly from her past? Maybe she had forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Has she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way of knowing for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, it kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. It might not be entirely correct, but I feel like I'm close to the truth. Should I ask General Teddy about my suspicions? I doubt he'd answer. But as I'm considering raising my voice...
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
Huh? What? Someone comes crashing through the ceiling. What in the world? I rush over to Aiga-san to protect her from the falling debris. Oh! Elizabeth! When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. While not as strange as Aiga, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even that aside, why does she have to come through the ceiling? The room has doors. It makes no sense at all. Elizabeth does things that make no sense. I was about to get to the heart of matter with General Teddy, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. So she seems oblivious to my confusion. The girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Fiend? Fiend?
No.
Something along those lines at any rate.
My god. What the hell is she talking about? What in the world is this person? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing. It looks familiar. With the silver hair and golden eyes. Could it be?
Are you from the Velvet Room?
Ma, is this what's known as being hit on?
Oh my lord, stop it.
Forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
What? No, I'm not hitting on you. You just remind me of someone I know.
And that's another pickup line, but you know. Okay, so that actually sounded like I was really hitting on her. Yep. No, I need to stop thinking like that. In any case, I need to ask her something.
Do you happen to know anyone by the name of Margaret?
Margaret.
Oh? When she repeats the name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I've been taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions, but could this girl be younger than me? No. Her profile simultaneously evokes the images of a pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. I can't figure out how exactly to speak to her. Should I be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worrying about the niceties isn't the most important thing right now.
Oh, actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
Oh, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth. Dear me, to hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
She thinks of this world as a mundane place? That's confusing. Yasuo Inaba may be out in the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. This girl, Elizabeth, suddenly bows elegantly to me.
Margaret is indeed my sister's name. Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her.
Elizabeth-san, huh? Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Igor, Margaret, and now Elizabeth. It seems there are more people who call that place home than I thought. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl.
But why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
Oh my lord.
Is that so?
That doesn't really tell me much, and I have no response anyway. Please don't make me fight her. I am not confident I would win against Elizabeth. So what possesses her to come blasting in through the ceiling instead of using the door? I decide not to bother asking her that. I've met so many different people over the last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us toward and just veer off wherever she wants. Best to just hold on and go along for the ride then. If I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll just likely be confused anyway. Just as I'm having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and starts to talk about herself. Her eyes are lit up with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized. In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have.
Is she talking about that she wants to free Minato from, like, being a seal?
The power of the wild card that changes bonds into string. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
I know a little about the wild card, but
I feel that the first glue to granting my wish lies within that power.
Blue?
Glue? Influenza.
Stop.
Something along those lines at any rate.
Oh my god. She's having trouble coming up with the right words, but I can hear her sincerity in her speech. Probably. Oh my god. I need to drink water because this is like, woo. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild cards is related to her desire and came here. But I don't think it's worth to ask how she knew that I had that power or where she found it about. Just as I'm struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation, she brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
Come on, no. What? Someone please tell me how she reached the conclusion that this was a good idea. I don't think I have a chance of talking her out of it, but of course I have to try. So I say,
Oh, how
You gonna
excited
fight?
this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed.
of course she ignores me.
To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Oh, this is gonna take me a long while.
let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
Oh,
I see. So you're actually in your right mind here. That's kind of, impressive.
well, she's a Velvet Room attendant. Well, maybe she understood what I meant when I mentioned the illusions. If that's so, then she at least must have some idea of what's going on around here. Even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me? I wonder though, if she's related to General Teddy's plans and invited herself into the tournament, do the usual rules apply? As I think about this, Elizabeth-san taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. The huge leather-bound book in her hand opens as if by itself. Oh boy. A torrent of power pours through the open book with blue light. I can't believe that this strange girl has such imaginable power. She seems so aloof. No, it may be more correct to call it an air of imminent violence.
All right. I won't be able to hold back.
To be honest, I was really only saying that in hopes of bluffing her. Yeah, there's no bluffing Margaret. I mean, Elizabeth. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. I hurriedly cast my fear and focus on the upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. Even if I were to fight her with the intent of killing her, I'll be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least, that's how I feel. Elizabeth-san calmly begins the battle.
Let us do this. Your fate is in the cards.
Alright, here goes. Place a bookmark? Yes. Scene 13. Alright. There it goes. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Alright. Oh my god. She uses Thanatos!
Let's change things up.
Oh my god, what the hell is that range?
I see. Remark and see. Oopsie daisy. My turn. Opening my door. Oh my.
What is not?
Oh no. Huh? Oh. Thanatos. Here, lots of women. Opening my door.
Oh my god.
Opening my death. One. Oh no. Remarkable. I anticipated.
I am dead.
Pray forgive me.
Oh my god. Yep. Ah. I'm good. I think I'm gonna be stuck here for a while. I don't know how to fight much, so I think after this episode, when I get home from work today, I have to really see what.
Bloody hell. I anticipate.
Oh, what? That's a counter. Oh my god.
You take it.
Impressive. Oh no. Oh no. I anticipate.
Oh my god.
Negative penalty.
Pardon me. Oh my. From this moment
I
forward.
struggle.
Here is some freedom. How no. Oh no. Remarkable. Your feet here is some fire. I sort of wonder. I anticipate.
Oh my god, this counter is so annoying. Oh my god. Oh, the counter. Place a bookmark. Yes. My god. Just counter, counter, counter. Jesus. Elizabeth, please. Just when I thought I managed to throw her off balance. Elizabeth gets back up elegantly as if nothing had just happened. Suddenly, I feel an intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hasn't been taking this seriously at all up until now. Hide window, what's that? Oh, ooh. I can do this to get thumbnails. Yay. Okay, there we go. The next moment, I'm swallowed into a torrent of power, like a leaf being blown into the air, without the slightest understanding of what's happening. My vision blurs as I'm spun out, and before I can tell up from down, the floor jumps towards me and I'm slammed into the ground. Am I going to lose? As my consciousness fades, I see the faces of my friends at Aigasen, all those I had fought against my will up until now. Sorry. It's like that story you see your life flash before your eyes just before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? I'll fight as much as I have to in order to save my friends! I have to keep fighting. Come so far. I can't lose heart now. I desperately force my legs to move and manage to stand up again. Elizabeth shuts her book with an air of finality.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome. It seems you possess true strength.
The unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still, unable to move.
I believed you were at the limits of your stamina after the battle against Igus earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me.
Ah.
But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself as if to concern some suspicion.
This was truly an intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute?
Flue? Chimneys.
What? That's the... Okay, whatever.
In any case, I am quite pleased.
I'm not gonna question it. Even after a battle, she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing that she really would have killed me, even if it felt like quite real at the time. I mean, she could. She has the power to do that. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me, and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth-san looks straight into my eyes.
May I ask you something?
Sure.
To continue fighting in order to prevent an undesirable future, it is a path of endless hardship. Would you still choose to walk it?
Of course. Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How I had overcome the ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret's and Elizabeth-san's words come together in my mind.
Yeah. Working for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Opening the door is necessary, but it's not what's truly important. What's more important is making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have that path in mind does it matter whether you've opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
I would keep fighting for the future we want.
Elizabeth-san smiles. It seems the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with my answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I feel as I'm able to understand her a little better now. Rank up! Just kidding.
It's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
I'm out of here, okay. She's picking up lingo. With this, Elizabeth briskly walks out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Aiga-san getting to her feet behind me. I guess...
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
I was concerned at first, but Aiga-san doesn't seem to be very hurt or damaged or whatever you would say. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easy on her either. This is getting ridiculous.
You are very kind. We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
Huh? Isn't that normal?
Aiga-san laughs at my confusion.
Seeing you smile like that, I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? Then it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
Aiga-san stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back at me with a serious look in her eyes.
You have defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward. But I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
Yes. I have no reason to say no. I look Aiga-san square in the eye and nod reassuringly. And so, Aiga-san told me about her directive. It was truly surprising. It was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with a heart, created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you, and she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her. My older sister, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
I feel like that's the student council president. I mean, we did see it in the opening. I think that's Labris, unless I'm missing something. Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Labris. I've a mountain of tasks to accomplish now. But even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any of it.
Tell me more about Labris, and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
Unfortunately.
Aiga-san expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but she's no different from a human. As I ponder this, I listen to what she has to say. It's discouraging.
So you don't know what she looks like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with.
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labris is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President, exactly. Could Miss President be Labris?
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
My sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
Then there's no way Miss President could be Labris. Huh. I could tell at first glance that Aiga-san was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on inside the TV?
Alright, In any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labrys is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
I shrugged slightly. I don't want to be so grave. Aige-san must sense what I'm trying to do and smiles.
Thank you. I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I gave Aige-san a determined nod and run out of the classroom. Man, what a busy Golden Week. I have to make sure Nadeko's okay. Find Miss President and mask whoever masquerading as Teddy. Now search for Labrys somewhere in here. If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at the Junes food court. Yiko was trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure that big bundle she was carrying was a boxed lunch she'd made for us. As to how it might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd all have enjoyed it anyway. Eventually, I would have called Nanako over, and we would have bought some snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy from the Shiroku store, and maybe I could have made it to Sozai Daigaku in time to buy the last of their special croquettes. I wanted to talk with the owner of Daidara and get some books from the Yomanaido bookstore. I'd have a steak bowl at Aya, hung out with the fox at the Tatsuhime shrine, waited for my uncle so we could have dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. The one who ruined my vacation and caused all these problems is the same person who stole Labrys. If they're truly brought Nanako back to the TV world, we'll catch them, no matter what.
Not getting away from me.
As I run on, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign that I need to calm down. True, I may have lost my cool for a moment.
Someone here? Again?
I reach towards the door with a relaxed smile. Whoa. Back here. Margaret is in her usual position. I glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. Looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. You did not just do Elizabeth dirty like that. Margaret noticed me looking and sighs, a seductive sound that also conveys annoyance.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble, though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look in her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Nanako? Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
You have gained new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
New resolve. I find myself nodding along.
You have reached the threshold of truth. But man's hearts are mutable. That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
But this will be a difficult battle without end. Are you equal to the challenge?
I will do my best. The way she puts it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately and think about the question. I'll be lying if I say I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment. But even then,
if I have my friends, if I'm not alone, I can do it.
With the power of friendship on my side, I will not lose.
I see.
Margaret nods slightly in response.
I have heard your answer, but it's not enough. Remember what I told you before? The heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
Yeah. As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear the words being repeated. I have reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, the student council president, and fake Teddy. The encounter with a weapon with a heart, Aige-san, searching for her sister, Labrys. And the determination that I've gained through these constant battles. What I must accomplish. How do I show what I've decided through my actions? Place a bookmark? Yes. But with that, we are going to leave this episode here. Oh my god. We ran again into the Persona 3 cast, and I'm so excited for this. I'm also so excited to see what more comes along this storyline. I can't wait. It is so exciting, and between episodes, I might just, trade myself a little and, get better because, yeah, I'm running into trouble now, and I think I'm barely winning fights by luck. I have to, really learn the controllers because I think I've gotten far enough without knowing the controllers, so that's what I'm going to do in between episodes. So, but I hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. If you have, please leave a like, comment, and share. That always helps out against that pesky YouTube algorithm. Subscribe and join the Moonlight Army today. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video. If you guys want to stalk me on my social medias, the links will be in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So, take care, guys. Bye-bye.